Greetings, citizens of the galaxy. Welcome to Swtor Gaming.
Your destiny lies with me.
Who we truly are is defined by our actions.
Hello, citizens of the galaxy. This is Swtor Gaming, and I just want to give my review for Chapter 3, The Sin. It's a great title. And as we left off on second episode review that we had, we talked about the very difficult decision that he was going to eventually come. Well, in this episode, he reaches that crossroads as he brings back the package to the client. Now, for those of you who have not seen The Mandalorian, you might want to check out now, because honestly I've been trying to do a spoiler and non-spoiler review, but I have a full-time job and that has not allowed me to be able to do this. So I'm gonna try to make this review short and sweet, but at the same time I'm gonna delve into spoiler territory. So you have been warned. 3, 2, 1. Now I will just go right into it. If you haven't watched any episodes of The Mandalorian, this is probably the time you should check out. So, the package, which we all know is the Yoda species baby, is brought back to the client. He's paid. He has a container full of Beskar. So he takes the container, looks at it, leaves. He asked before he was leaving. He asked Klein, played by Werner Herzog, "What are you gonna do with it?" And Werner Herzog says, "How unlikely. From someone of your reputation." You know, I can't. My German accent is garbage. But basically, he pretty much asked, "What are you gonna do with this Yoda baby?" Because again, it's saved his life a couple times. He leaves it, and he's not giving an answer. Goes to his Mandalorian enclave, and the Mandalorian brings back this whole container full of Beskar. So now he can get his armor fixed. The armor asks, "Well, what happened? Who damaged your armor?" Well, it was a mudhorn. I guess that's what the creature's called. I thought it was Zarik. I guess it's called the mudhorn. He's honest and honorable as Mandalorians are, as far as Mandalorian code. He's like, "Well, mudhorn will be your signet," and I guess signet in this case means the beast who gave him the hardest trouble, trying to conquer. It might be. I know Mandalorians like to hunt, so now that a lot of the ancient beasts that used to ride are not around, I guess they hunt a great beast, they get in trouble, and they conquer it, and that becomes their signet. And again, this is just speculation because we're finding out more and more about Mandalorian culture as it goes along. Mandalorian says, "No, I had assistance from an enemy who didn't know it was my enemy." He's talking about the package, the baby Yoda species baby. Okay, the armor goes, "Okay, no signet, but I'm gonna hook you up." So basically, and then what's good about him, you can tell he's a good dude because the Mandalorian saves some remainder for basically the youth, and so of the enclave. So I guess he packs up a good amount. Then he gets a whole Beskar, chest plate. Looks like, his helmet looks like it's, I guess, Beskar, but the chest plate, your thigh armor, even the armor around the boots, the calves, and he's completely covered in Beskar. His wrist gauntlets. He even gets this new, I forgot what it was called, this kind of like little tiny missile launcher whistler. It was like a whistler, like the Needler in Halo or Turok, something like that, but just comes out of his wrist. He gets that, and he, one of the big Mandalorian, I guess elite, like a heavy, that looks like he has a repeater rifle and everything, challenges them. He's like, "Well, with all that Beskar, you're going to be attracting attention. Only one of us can go at a time." And it's generally because people just remember the Mandalorians having armor, so they've been lying low since the destruction of Mandalore. And so because they've been lying low, he's worried that now it's going to bring a lot of attention to him. And they get into him, the Mandalorian lead character, and another Mandalorian, the big guy from the Enclave, get into a little scrap, and the armorer, I guess the leader of the Enclave, pretty much stops it. Long story short, they make amends, and they are more solid, more than ever. And so he leaves and is about to take off, and he touches a little ball which goes on top of I guess the throttle for his space, for his ship, and he has all engines to go, about to take off, and he remembers Yoda baby, and he's like, damn. And he powers down the ship because he knows he has to do what he has to do. He goes in and he wrecks shop on the client. I guess already left, but he wrecks shop on all the stormtroopers in there. The Republic Army scientist, the cloner, he's like, no, I was the only one trying to keep it safe. I was trying to protect it. You see one of those droids that call back to A New Hope, the droid that, I guess the torture droid, or maybe Imperial droid with the little injection, who's about to inject Baby Yoda's in kind of like a stasis chamber, or like a medical bed. I don't know exactly, but he shoots it and he takes the Baby Yoda, who's I guess sleeping, or has been kind of put to sleep a little bit, not killed, but relaxed, and he takes it out of there, and he's kills all the stormtroopers that come his way, burns one. It's pretty violent and pretty awesome. And then it's exactly what I thought was going to happen, and I didn't really go into the first one, that as soon as that, I thought, and I still think eventually what I always thought was going to happen, and I'll just say it right now, I won't say it right now, I'll tell you what happens, then I'll tell you what I think is going to happen. So he takes the baby and the tracker, because not the bounty was given to, I guess, everybody, but Mandalorian was the only one that brought it back. All of a sudden, they all start to go off. Every single bounty hunter in that whole entire town, they all start to go beep, 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 start beeping. All of them. And as he's walking, there's more people, and then some people start to draw down on him as he's walking. He sees, he's like, and then you see Grief Karga goes, put down the baby, and we'll talk and see if we can fix this. And the Mandalorian's not having it. So a big shootout, one Mandalorian versus all the bounty hunters. And he starts killing people. He pulls out that pulse cycler with the little tongs and starts disintegrating people. Which brings it back to Empire Strikes Back, when Vader goes, no disintegrations, when he looks at Boba Fett. Even though he didn't have the weapon there, he had it in the holiday special, so maybe there was something to that, right? So he starts disintegrating the Jawas. Jawas get it again, man, and that made me laugh. I don't know why, but because you see a couple of red-eyed Jawas, I guess they're bounty hunters, and they get it again. They get killed. A bunch of other species get disintegrated. And Grief Karga's like, that's a neat gun you have right there. And he forces the droid to drive off with them, and he's almost making it off. Grief Karga takes a shot, and he's a good shot. He stops the droid load carrier, and it goes down, and then he keeps shooting, but I mean, it's looking bad. Just when you think all is lost and our hero's done, all of a sudden all the Mandalorians from the Enclave come out, and it is literally straight out of Clone Wars when you saw the Mandalorians fight, or Rebels. They come out jetpacks and shooting everybody. It was amazing with the jetpacks. Shoot, it is like, this is so far, I don't know what it is. I can't really say it's so far the best episode, because every episode seems to be getting better in one way or another, in different ways, which is why I think it's pretty amazing how they have, different people trying to, direct different episodes, because you get to see their style, and they have one overarching story. I think this is a trial run, and this is my hypothesis, a trial run for what they're trying to do with the movies. They'll go, let's take a break from the movies, let's reinvest, and let's see what we can do, an overarching story. And then I think instead of Kevin Feige coming over, I think Kevin Feige will be helping Favreau and Filoni, kind of show them how they run things, and I think maybe they'll be overseeing creatively over the next possible trilogy. Because right now, this is pretty much what they've been doing in Marvel, but on a smaller scale in the sense that it's TV, not movies. Having all these episodes directed by different people with one overarching story path that they have to follow. But each director can put their own vision in their own episode, right? So I have to say, like, literally, this is like Clone Wars with the Mandalorians or Rebels come to life, because they come down and they start shooting up everybody. Ain't nobody safe. And the big guy that fought with big Mandalorian that fought with him before says, You go ahead, you get out of here. We'll take it from here. And he has automatic repeating cannon. He's just blowing people away. It was, like I said, it was amazing. There's nothing else I could say that it was amazing. I mean, I watched it half asleep because I knew, and I know I have to do this review, and you guys are probably not going to see this till like 7 to 8 hours later, maybe the following day, because I have to, as soon as I get home from work at like 9 o'clock, I'm going to be back first. I got to wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning, and then, I got to start my day. So I just want to leave you with this. It's been pretty amazing. Let's just continue enjoying it. Let's continue seeing. And I'm glad that this show is bringing all the fans back together of what Star Wars could be. Like I said, I've enjoyed what we've had so far. And I'm glad that people who maybe felt like they weren't enjoying certain things from the new canon can now find something that they like. So, this is Swtor Gaming signing off with this comprehensive review. May the force of your will further your destiny, always.